Man, do you like podcasts? Well then,
welcome to
No Gimmicks Needed.
So, what do you guys want to talk about?
this is the Nerd Coalition. Enjoy the show. Also, another thing that happened on Saturday Night's Main Event was a match between LA Knight and Seth Rollins. Seth freaking Rollins. And I didn't see the full matchup, but I heard that Seth got injured. And I was like, oh man, what happened with the injury? So I went back and looked at it. Like, Seth did like a springboard moonsault, but he landed on his feet. And then like his knee buckled. And then LA Knight was trying to go over there, but the referee backed him off. And then he was being injured. And then they went to another finish where I think Seth was supposed to win the match. LA Knight hit the BFT and then won the matchup. So it was a win for LA Knight, but Seth appears to be injured, and they took this as, you know, like a bad injury. Then on Sunday, he was backstage at Evolution, and he was seen on crutches. And then all of a sudden, there have been reports that were coming out saying that this could be a work. And I'm like, really? Could this be work? Because once again, you had to really go back and start peeling away the curtain and stuff like that to see, like, could this really have been a work? Sean Ross Sapp reporting that a lot of the talent believe that Seth is really injured. There's some that believe that Seth is covering an injury that he already had already, and this wasn't what's supposed to be, because there have been some that got word that there was an injury angle planned for this. And once again, I don't necessarily know that I have seen people talk about that this could be a way to throw off CM Punk when he wins the championship from Gunther at SummerSlam, and Seth promised that CM Punk, as long as he's breathing, will never win the World Heavyweight Championship again. Could that be the case? It's a possibility. It's a strong possibility. The question is, I don't necessarily know if I believe that, to be honest with you, because I do think that he could be injured. I do think that he could be injured. And then usually sometimes people just start poking around and start saying things. And it's just like, I don't necessarily know if I'm going to go with that or not, because then I look at the scenario like, would he cash in and then just like make it like a triple threat match so that CM Punk doesn't win the championship at all? That would throw us all completely. Or could he be just working back and come back at the Royal Rumble? And there's so many things you can do with this, depending on. But once again, they've been silent about it. WWE has been silent about it. That's been the weird thing about it. I also think that, I don't know if Rollins, I think he went on one of them late night talk shows and talked about it. He had the brace on there. He said, but you know what? Right now, I'm at peace for what's going on. This is not like it was when I got injured in 2015, 10 years ago. I'm at a different spot right now. So, and everybody was looking into that. And I was like, I really didn't look into that much, to be honest with you. But then again, now it's just something that's like, for the lack of what they're saying, even with Paul Heyman, and I was like, with the storyline, they're not giving up the money in the bank briefcase because he has up to a year to cash it. Something does feel off. You know, something does feel a little bit off. I don't even think I seen Jessica Carr, I think she was the ref at the time, throw up the X for him to come down, that S sign like, hey, we got a serious injury going on here. We don't know. Like, we don't know. So, and even the latest issue, while I'm reading for Yahoo Sports, latest issue of Wrestling Observer News, Dave Meltzer confirms that a previous report from John Pollock that the plans were in place to do an injury angle to Rollins Saturday's main event. The initial plan is scheduled to play out with Rollins cashing in his money in the bank briefcase at SummerSlam. Rollins will reportedly cash in at some point during or after the World Championship match between Gunther and CM Punk. It's like, could that be a case? It's possible. It's possible. But for some reason, I'm reserved on it, because I'm just saying, cause it's so, people like almost expected, like, that's how you work yourself into a shoot, okay? That's how you really work yourself into something that's not necessarily there. And then you'll go to SummerSlam, and then you'll see either CM Punk win or he'll lose, and there's no Seth Rollins cash in, and then you will be upset that WWE did not pull the trigger with Seth Rollins, and then you get mad at WWE for trying to keep everything the same. But in reality, you were the one that got yourself worked up with this in the first place. And I don't want to be those kind of people. But it's hard not to when you're a wrestling fan. Because there are some elements to this that are just a little fishy to me. Just a little. So I'm curious to see what it's going to be. Will it be a catch up? Because I think that would be a crazy angle. But I don't know why I do it this way. There's other ways to do it. But I guess to keep Seth Rollins, like if you keep him outside everybody's mind, and it may be too early. If he really is injured and the from the same knee and the injury's that legit, we won't see Rollins till back to probably the Royal Rumble, and then that could be a surprise entrance in the Royal Rumble. So we necessarily just don't know at the moment, but I will keep my eyes open to see what they can bring with Seth Rollins.